The Eagles pick 23rd overall in this year's NFL draft. Who would be the best possible pick for this Eagles team from previous number 23 overall picks? We're going to do that for all 9 selections. Bo, Wulf, EJ Smith. EJ has a heartfelt eulogy for AJ Dillon. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PHLY Eagles Podcast. A bit of a chilly Wednesday, but that's okay. We're having fun. We're live from the Xfinity Studio. We are presented by Bet365 and Ashley. Bo, Wulf, EJ Smith. Hello to Conan. Good to see you're still with us.
Thank you, Conan. We're sorry, Conan. I'm glad that you didn't pull a fast one on all of us and start the show with a different accent.
The show has only just begun. We don't know what's to come yet.
Please. I'm begging you.
We have breaking Eagles news, EJ.
This is huge. Yeah, AJ Dillon is signing with the Carolina Panthers, according to Jordan Schultz. How are you feeling?
Schultz, he's all over it these days.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
that's
scoops.
2.
That's 2. He's had a lot.
You got Hollywood Brown.
So yeah, how are you feeling on this chilly March day?
You would think that this would make me happy?
It just made him more angry. I can confirm
that AJ Dillon is now not coming back to the Eagles, although there's still a possibility. You know, I did throw him at the second to last in my flu world order. He could be cut and re-signed to the practice squad at some point this year. It only makes me more angry because what was the point of keeping him the whole time anyway? If you didn't have some kind of plan to bring him back, why was he on the roster at the end of the year?
It's a fair point. It is a fair point.
Ridiculous
for the vibes that he brought to the team. You know, I said this before the show.
Do you think I will
the positivity bunny? It's
Howie
it's almost here
about this at the owners' meetings?
I mean, yes, you will be able to. It's a matter of do you do it?
Do I burn a question on this?
I don't think you should. But hey, man,
it's one of the world's
your question.
Greatest mysteries.
No, because you know what? The not the last time that we heard from Howie, but recently we had a Howie Roseman press conference that we didn't get enough out of. Don't burn the question on that. Let's extract the most information we can
out of that.
I don't think you're going to get much out of that.
I mean, don't you think it's our job to get to the bottom of mysteries?
Actually,
and not just get his quote.
No, I don't think that's really our job.
Why did you sign Jonathan Jones?
Mysteries. Holding people to account, yes, that is how you should have framed it, not get to the bottom of mysteries.
Right.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, I think this is speaking truth to power.
I think that's a little self-righteous about AJ Dillon's roster spot, but it'd be very on brand for you to do that. So I don't think I'd say I'd be fine with it.
It has been bugging me. I want to ask you just an honest question. This is not. I don't feel any kind of way about this. I just want to get to the bottom of it. Why was he still on the roster? Was there a promise made to his agent when he signed that he would be on the roster?
See, and
the whole season?
That's why the question's not worth it, because he's not going to tell you if there was.
Well, I'm not going to ask that, but
maybe in a side chat with Howie, if you get him off to the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to get 10,000 words out of that?
10,000 words.
I don't know if I have 10,000.
I was going to say, you're going to write 10,000 words on the site?
Good.
I'd love to read it.
Who's got the time? All right, let's get to what we're doing today, which is going to be a fun exercise. Now, a couple weeks ago, we did an exercise that was like build your perfect Eagles theoretical draft based on the picks that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're going to build an actual perfect Eagles draft. And what we have done is, if you want to pull up the rules, Lindsay, we have looked at, now that we know exactly where the Eagles pick, they have 9 picks.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to build the best draft class based on their actual picks, based on players who were actually picked near their selections over the past 5 seasons. So in the first round, the Eagles pick number 23 overall. You can take someone at 22, 23, or 24, 1 pick on either side. The second round picks, you can go 2 picks on either side. Third pick, 3 picks on either side. And then day 3, 4 picks on either side.
Oh, this is electric.
Okay, this is very exciting. So that's the player pool. Now, the idea is you want to build a perfect draft for this Eagles roster. So you have to take into account the holes that you would like to fill for this team long term. Okay, and then we're going to go back and forth and draft it. And then the loser does a Cockney accent for a whole week.
No, absolutely
I'm
not.
Joking about
Nar.
How dare you?
Shout out to ZB in the chat.
Did I explain that well enough? Does that?
Yes, you did. I knew the rules already, though. So
Okay.
I'm not the right person to ask.
So essentially, this is a bit of it's just a game theory game because there might be
for one of us it is
spots where the difference is massive. But you also, I think we both agree you want to add to this team some offensive line help.
Yep.
You want to maybe add a safety. You want to add a tight end if you can, maybe a wide receiver, maybe an edge. How can you go about doing that based on the limited player pool we have at our disposal?
Yes.
And it's also a nice way to look at the possibilities of each pick.
Now, as the guest here, you're the host, which makes me the guest, even though...
You're a co-host.
Yes, but you are actively hosting.
Okay.
I want the even number picks.
Well, there are 9.
Yeah, so I want 2, 4, 6, and 8.
Okay.
Wait, how is that going to work?
you want to...
I end up with one fewer player.
For a worse thing.
I get one fewer player.
No, do you not know how this is going to work?
No.
We both have to draft 9 players.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, okay.
You don't have to go in order.
Yeah, no, so what I really am saying is I want first pick on the even picks.
That's not how it works. Let me explain it to you again.
So we can pick the same player?
No. But if I have the first overall pick, I can use my first overall pick to fill my my 4th round hole.
Yep. Okay. I get it now.
And then you can use your next pick to take the best of the 23.
For some reason. Didn't enjoy that.
The best of the 22, 23, the best first round pick options.
Okay.
That's
why you have a board. Okay. I get it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. When you said this is going to be a game theory exercise, for one of us, it's going to be a game theory exercise. But, that's what makes the show fun is you're over there, you're crunching the numbers, you got Dayniz's influence all over
that's
you,
okay.
And I'm just over here off vibes, having a good time, just, And I need everyone to know, because I don't want to see this in the comments. I don't want to hear about this in my inbox. I usually do need game rules explained to me multiple times, and that is just who I am, and you guys got to get used to it.
You know what? If you didn't understand it, I didn't explain it well enough.
No, that's not true. I just sometimes, it takes me a minute. That's all. It's all good.
Okay, now.
I
think
the first pick then.
You want the first overall pick?
Yeah, I think I do.
I think this one is going to go 1 pick, 2 picks, and then 1 from there. So it's up to you.
So you're going to get 2? All right, then I want the 2 picks. Go ahead.
So I will have the first overall pick. You will have the second overall pick and the third overall pick, and then I will have the 4th, and then from there it will just go 1 and 1, 1.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're sure that's what you want? Okay.
No, I changed my mind. I want the first pick because I'm too nervous about having to make 2 picks in a row. I was prepared for if I could get one of my guys. Here's who I would get. So I'm taking the first pick, and with the first pick,
okay,
I am going to take at number 178 overall, Puka Nacua.
It's the right pick.
It's a value play.
That is the right pick.
I don't feel amazing about the other options there. I feel okay about them, but I feel like the difference at number 178 overall is Puka Nacua. I could see the Eagles making this type of draft pick as well. Take a late round. What do you mean? I'm not saying I think they're going to draft Puka Nacua. I'm saying I think that I could see them taking a flyer on an upside type receiver on day 3 in the draft.
All right. So the options. This is the second of the Eagles' 2 5th-round picks, and the players who have been drafted within 4 selections of that pick over the past 5 years.
Great graphics.
Aside from Puka Nacua, include the great Kyron Johnson, Denzel Burke last year, Carl Brooks, Kingsley Enagbare, Jason Pinnock, KJ Britt, Davis Allen, and very clearly the second best player on that list is Talanoa Hufanga, who that is who I will end up taking. That will fill my spot, which means that I don't have to necessarily take a safety. So I'm going to get Hufanga at safety, but Puka obviously is the right pick there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now I have 2 picks. Okay, that's interesting. Now I gotta not worry about the safeties because I get Hufanga.
I can hear the steam coming out of your ears. You got to figure all this out, And meanwhile, I'm over here just having a good time.
Well, that's because one of us prepared and one of us didn't.
I mean, I prepared. I prepared on a different set of rules.
For something different. Yeah. Okay. Oh, the other idea is you're also getting them, like you're getting them as they were rookies, obviously.
Yeah.
I feel like that's self-explanatory. It's
okay.
a little time travel thing going on. Okay. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. Because I don't need a safety, I'm going to use number 98 overall, the Eagles' third.
Yeah, this is probably a good call.
And I'm going to take Quinn Miners, the all-pro guard from the Denver Broncos. I think if the Eagles could, with one of their third-round picks, add an all-pro guard, obviously that would be a wonderful addition for them. So I'm taking Quinn Miners. The other options there, Nick Cross, our friend from DC's Raya, Kirby Joseph, Nashawn Wright, Peyton Wilson, Cam Kitchens, Xavier Watts, Cam Latu, Jared Wilson, and Jatavion Sanders.
Did somebody say Cam Latu?
That's why I put him in there, just so that you would have him there. All right, so you can figure out later what pick you're going to use there.
Yeah.
And then this is a bit of a reach given the other options available, but I'll tell you why. I do want this group to have an edge. I want to add an edge to this team. And both.
Yes.
There is
no los dos.
And this is just a peculiarity of the player pool we have, but there is only one worthwhile edge in this whole group.
There really is.
And that is Tuli Tuipulotu, who was drafted in the second round. So for the Eagles' number 54 spot, I'm going to draft the Pro Bowler off of his 13-sack season with the Chargers, Tuli Tuipulotu. And I feel like between Tui, Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt, Arnold Ebiketie, I've got a formidable enough group of edge guys. There are other good options here who you can choose from. You will get most likely either Trey McBride or George Pickens or Alec Pierce.
Yes.
Some other options there. Jervon Dexter if you wanted a defensive tackle. Dayo Odingbo if you wanted a little bit more versatility. But you will get a very good player there. I just wanted to make sure I got an edge.
Okay, so just for the listeners, I know how the game works, but just for the sake of the listeners,
of course,
understanding.
You understood. We hashed this all out ahead of time.
I got this down pat. We all know. But for the listeners, you cannot make a pick. You can't double up at one spot. You can't take another player from 68 overall, correct?
Oh, correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Or sorry, not 68 overall, but that's where I'm going next. I'm taking Harold Fannin.
Okay.
At number 68 overall.
Yeah, good pick.
Honestly, a player that I had mocked to the Eagles, not that early in the draft, but better than ZB in the chat who had him going in the fourth round. I'll never let that go. I had Harold Fannin going to the Eagles last year. I think he would have honestly made a lot of sense for them because of obviously his connections to Scott Loeffler last year, but generally just a productive tight end who could have been the heir apparent to Dallas Goedert. So they get him 1 year later. And I think if you told me that the Eagles are adding, obviously you wouldn't know that you're getting like a Puka Nacua level player that late in the draft. But if you told me that they added a legitimate wide receiver to pair with Devontae Smith at the least and possibly AJ Brown and a tight end like Harold Fannin, I feel a lot better about this offense.
All right. This thing is off to a roaring start.
I actually think it's good. This has been good.
I think it's been very good.
Yeah.
But I think we were hoping this was going to last a little bit longer.
Oh, we're moving too fast. Okay.
We'll see how it goes. But it is time to take our first break here on the PHLY Eagles show. On the other side, find out what first rounder gets selected first. Is it Quinyon Mitchell? You get two Quinyons in the backfield, or is it an offensive lineman? And find out what Zion McCollum has to do with it all. Ooh,
the Zion McCollum of it all?
No, there's a tease.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 whole years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. It's Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together. It finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. It's like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that lets you stream the game even when your whole family is online. Just picture it. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and Xfinity's equipment. It's the best equipment already included in the deal. Take it from me. A lot can change in 5 years. Championships are won, records are broken, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi, that should stay reliable and the price should stay put. So lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity today. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only, restrictions apply. I know it's not warm today, but we all know that the summer's coming. And in that time, it is time to make your home work smarter and not harder. That's why I want to tell you guys about the TrueMark Financial Home Equity line of credit. It allows you to tap into your home's equity to handle renovations, upgrades, or whatever's next on your list. A TrueMark Financial HELOC Select gives you the flexibility to borrow when you need it on your timeline. You start with a revolving line of credit, use only what you need, and when you're ready, you can lock in all or part of your balance at a fixed rate for a predictable payment. You only pay interest on what you use, and as you pay it back, that credit becomes available again, no reapplying, no extra steps. With competitive rates compared to most unsecured loans and flexible repayment options, this could be a smart move for your home and your wallet this spring and summer. So learn more about TrueMark Financial's home equity line of credit at TrueMark.com or stop by one of their 24 branch locations to get started. TrueMark Financial is federally insured by the NCUA and is an equal opportunity lender, NMLS 404938.
We are back on the PHLY Eagles podcast with the game that is sweeping the nation, a game that you can play at home with your friends. All you got to do is find the player pool.
They have the player pool. Just go back to the show and find it yourself.
Well, that's not the entire player pool.
Yeah, but it's the ones that you'd pick from.
Sure, I think this would be a fun game for you and 4 of your friends to play.
Do you have like a go-to board game if you got 2 people over?
Good question. I mean, I like a Catan. Settlers of Catan. That would be my ideal. But started playing a game on Nate Tice's recommendation.
Yeah, Nate is a big board game guy.
With my son called Castle Combo. I like that game. It's a good two-person game. I'm open to game suggestions.
Just like with movies, you're going to be, I could never play such a basic game.
That's not true.
I really like Ticket to Ride. It's a very fun game.
I think Ticket to Ride's a great game.
Yeah, I love
Ticket
super
to
fun.
Ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that you didn't.
Think that's basic.
I'm disappointed that you didn't look down your brow at Ticket to Ride.
No, Ticket to Ride is great. I like Carcassonne as well. I see that in the chat.
Can I I'm going to out something weird on the show here.
So
the thing I have with like jewelry, it also extends to like really like small things. Like marbles. When I was a kid, I could never play with marbles or like jacks. I think it's like small. If it's small enough, this is weird. I'm not even going to pretend it's not weird. If it's small enough that like your hands would make it really warm, like that, yeah, it starts to like bother me a little bit.
Huh.
Like M&Ms out of somebody's hand, I could never eat those.
Yeah,
no idea why.
I get.
Yeah, no idea why.
Well, I mean, if you're getting warm M&Ms out of someone's hand, that's gross.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for validating that.
I think that's fair.
So there's the game, and Nate recommended this game. It's the bird game. I can't remember the name of it now. It's literally like you're like a bird like expert. Oh, come on! You don't know what this game is called?
No.
It's not called like. They have a fish version too. Somebody in the chat will know what it is. Wingspan. Yes. Thank you, Lindsay. I really want to play Wingspan. I've heard it's awesome, but it has all these small pieces, and I feel like it's gonna like gross me out. Like the pieces are gonna be dirty. Maybe if I like sprayed them with like hand sanitizer, I could get past this.
Okay.
Because my in-laws are big board game people. Like they love playing board games. And it's the best quality time with your family.
Aren't all board game pieces small?
Not like that small though. Like there's like bird eggs in Wingspan. They're really tiny.
Like
I don't know.
Monopoly.
I was thinking about your ring thing the other day because I don't have it's not something that I avoid.
Yeah.
Like preemptively the way you do, but I am like bad fruit.
Yeah.
It really gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, because it's like I would have eaten that like a day ago.
Like, if I'm cutting up strawberries for the kids and I grab one that's got that like
you would hate.
Oh man, I hate it.
You would hate our
like a pear, and you go to. Yeah. It happened to me at the grocery store the other day. Like I went to go grab one, and then I grabbed it and it was mushy. Oh, I wanted to run out of there.
So in our house, we do the banana in the smoothie, but like the bananas, especially if you're not buying organic bananas, they're just like too big for one smoothie. So we do half. And then like we just kind of like try to get the peel as tight as we can.
Oh, interesting.
So you would hate that about our house right now.
Yeah, that's tough. Why don't you go frozen bananas?
I think the fresh banana is important for the consistency of the smoothie that I make.
Okay.
I'm not saying every smoothie you need
Sure.
that, but for the smoothie that I make, there's already a lot of frozen fruit.
I'm seeing some board game recommendations in the chat. Put those in the comments to the show.
Oh, yeah, so we can go back and find them.
I was looking to add to the collection.
Monopoly. Monopoly's a good classic. Yeah.
All right, I'm on the clock here to add to my roster of Tui Pelotu and Quinn Miners. Now,
I'm worried you're going to do something here.
Don't know who Funga. No, I don't think this is going to be a crazy thing. I was going to do something different, but I do want to. There's only one tight end left that I can draft.
Okay.
Who matters? And that is with the number 137 overall selection. This is the first of the Eagles' 2 fifth-round picks. There are some options there that would help elsewhere on the Eagles roster, but I want to get that tight end, so I'm taking Isaiah Likely, who I think we've talked plenty about this offseason. So now Isaiah Likely adds to Dallas Goedert, Johnny Munt, and Grant Calcaterra. I take him in the first of the fifth-round spots.
It's a good pick. I was worried that you were going to go at number 23 overall.
That was where I was initially going to go.
Because I think that there could have been some gamesmanship from you on this one. I am adding offensive lineman Tyler Smith with the number 23 overall pick.
That's who I would have taken.
Because I can't get boxed out on offensive line like I did the last time we played a game. And I do think the Eagles will probably need multiple draft picks to try and shore up the offensive line, the depth that they lacked last year, and they've even lost players in free agency from that group that they had last year. So it might not be the last time I address offensive line. I've said before, it wouldn't shock me at all to see the Eagles double up on offensive line in the first, let's say, 3 or 4 rounds of the draft. I would even say the first 3 rounds of the draft. It wouldn't shock me if they went tackle in the first round and offensive, interior offensive line in the second or third round there. So
I agree with that.
For that reason, I need Tyler Smith. And I need to go through my board, and see if I can find another offensive lineman somewhere here.
Okay, I think that makes sense. And you will see if we flash up the other picks at number 23 overall. Quinyon is there. And you could argue, be the best player of that group.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say he's the most valuable person, the most valuable player you could have added with that pick.
I think Tyler Smith.
For the Eagles specifically, if I'm plugging him into the Eagles, it's Tyler Smith.
I think if they were both available to the league, Tyler Smith would get paid more money.
It's a good question.
And I also think Christian Darrisaw is up there. Now,
sure,
I will probably end up with Darrisaw.
Rookie Darrisaw's tough, though.
Well, and specifically for the Eagles, Darrisaw has never played guard.
Yeah.
Tyler Smith gives you the solution of right guard year 1, Lane Johnson replacement eventually.
Exactly.
Now I have Quinn Miners, so I don't necessarily need the guard, but I think you're right that Tyler Smith specifically is a perfect answer for what the Eagles need.
So far I have Tyler Smith, I have Harold Fannin, and I have Puka Nacua.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you. I know that was not easy for you to say, and I appreciate it.
It's very easy for me to say. I only ever speak the truth.
No comment.
All right. So I have there are 3 spots where neither of us has picked yet. We got number 215 overall, which is a bit of a wasteland in the 6th round. We got the first of the 2 fourth-round picks. 122, which has the likes of Chamari Connor, Tyrell Dodson, bunch of running backs, Chuba Hubbard, Ramondre Stevenson, and Bucky Irving. You got Billy Bowman if you want a safety/slot. And you got Malik Mustafa, go Deeks, as another safety option. And then at 153, you want to talk about an Eagles corner. You can take Reek Woolen. Get 2 Reeks on the team.
Reek.
Or you could go Michael Carter III. You could also get a couple running backs in Kenny Gainwell and Tyler Algier, Zion McCollum, Spencer Rattler if you want a backup quarterback. I think the best value here for me, it is Reek Woolen. And especially we know that Reek Woolen was awesome as a rookie.
Yeah.
I think I can't pass that up. I got to go just best value available. So I'm going to take Reek Woolen.
Yep. I think that's a good pick. So at this point, I probably should go.
You think Reek Woolen and Reek Woolen would get along?
Yeah, I do.
Reek Woolen the rookie and Reek Woolen the vet.
I think so.
Okay.
I think the Reek Woolen personality scrutiny is maybe I understand it. I think it maybe has gone a little too far at this point. Seems like a nice guy. Like all the interviews that I've seen him do, like obviously the press conference, and then also, the Eagles put something out where they asked him a few questions. He seems like he's got a really like bright personality. So I think they'd get along.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to go at number 122 because it is, again, the last spot where there's leverage to be gained here by going first. And I still need a safety. Looking through the pool of safeties here, I think it's a good spot for a safety. Yeah. I think in a Vic Fangio system, I would lean ever so slightly toward Malik Mustafa.
Okay.
So I'm going Malik Mustafa here. And then you shore up the safety position. I know that Fran doesn't care quite as much about like adding physicality next to Andrew Makuba, but Malik Mustafa is at least a little bit bigger. Plays in that 49ers system. You'd expect some level of physicality there. So I feel okay about my safety group if I have Malik Mustafa as part of it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. All right. That means I'll just use my 6th round pick here. The options at 215, Damar Hamlin, Quinton Lake, if you want a safety with some nickel flex.
Oh, but that's not who you're going with.
Bo Limmer for a little backup offensive line action.
O'Keefe.
No, he spells it wrong, but I do not have an issue with Beaux.
So what do you have?
Because that is Cajun. I'm okay with that. Beau is where I am at odds.
Yeah, it's just like, why? Add the X at that point. Yeah, okay.
Sam Ehlinger, you think he could be a backup quarterback for you? D. Winters.
I like the Sam Ehlinger. Out of school. Texas guy. I used to call him Baby Tebow.
But you know what? We weren't able to add the Bo and Co show in free agency.
Yeah.
But as in terms of a pairing with Isaiah Likely, really overturning this room, 2 tight ends drafted. Let's do it, baby. O'Keefe is on the squad.
I knew that's where you were going with that one.
I mean, it's too bad that there wasn't a better option for me there. All right, let's go now through who you're going to select with the ones that I selected.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to recap the teams.
Well, we haven't finalized our teams yet.
Okay.
So you need to decide who your 2nd round pick is going to be.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm going next. This player should have been higher on the board for us, but the nature of the exercise kind of pushed him down. I am a little reluctant to make the pick on a personality basis because all of a sudden you are adding a lot of receivers, a lot of mouths to feed. So maybe some Eagles fans won't want to hear this, but maybe this is a precursor to feeling very comfortable trading A.J. Brown. I am adding George Pickens.
I'm surprised.
You thought I was going to go. I had one other player that really was standing out to me, not from a he's a good player, dealt with injuries. I'm not sure he's quite the player he was a few years ago. I thought about going Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Hey, I think he's going to have to retire.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
That's why,
I'm surprised you didn't take Trey McBride.
Yeah, I feel fine about my tight end room if I've got Harold Fannin and Dallas Goedert.
A really good player.
And Johnny Munt.
You're passing on Trey McBride?
No. The Johnny Munt thing was mostly a joke. I feel okay about my tight end room. I'd rather have as many. I don't know. You think that Trey McBride is a better value than George Pickens here?
Well, I know, but you already have Puka.
Yeah. I feel fine about having like a gluttony of great receivers.
Okay.
That was the approach.
Unfortunately, you've created a team that's too good in that wide receiver room, and that's why you're going to lose.
You're just mad that I took George Pickens from you.
I couldn't draft Pickens. I took.
Oh yeah, you took him. Okay, yeah.
All right. I will. Let me give you my 1st round pick. I guess it doesn't make any sense for me to take Quinyon, so I will take Christian Darrisaw. So now Darrisaw and Miners, I have solved.
I'm surprised you took Darrisaw over Brian Thomas Jr.
I don't need Brian Thomas Jr.
Where's Darrisaw playing for you? He's gonna be your swing tackle?
It's gonna be Lane Johnson's replacement. I have solved that. That is the biggest long-term issue facing this team.
Yeah, I already got Tyler Smith. I guess there's not like a ton of other clear offensive line depth. Okay. All right. Fine.
Well, yeah, I didn't even think twice about that. Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
I'm good over there. All right. How about the 3rd round? This is on me now. And that 68, that's like the worst group of players in the whole thing.
It's really weird.
Good. It is weird.
It's like a wasteland.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Now that's the top of the third round. So I mean, you can take Tyler Steen if you want.
Isn't that ironic?
Take Sidney Brown.
Like you could talk yourself into Tyler Steen here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not because I have two
Mm-hmm.
offensive linemen already. There's Kenny Moore. I already got Rick Woolen. So probably what I'm gonna do is Andre Sisco.
Really? That's probably the right call.
It's probably the right.
I wrote
call.
Martin
already have
Emerson
another
down.
safety, but
I mean,
yeah,
he looked okay in joint practices. Like, I don't know. Something there.
Can you flash up 68, Lindsay? I'm just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. But I mean, it's pretty ugly.
Mustafa
kind of
Makuba is a
interesting.
good name combo. Good shout out there, Machiavel.
I think Joseph Osai, no thanks.
Yeah.
You know what?
Are you going to take Tyler Steen?
No.
Oh.
Honestly, Davis Mills is kind of intriguing to me.
Yeah.
Because I've already got Hufanga. I don't need Cisco. I would like to come out with a backup quarterback, and I feel like Davis Mills on a rookie contract, as your number 2, that's actually pretty good. I think I'm gonna take the neck. Give me Mr. Neck. I'm taking Davis Mills.
I think that's a good pick. I probably didn't prioritize backup quarterback enough in this exercise.
All right, so now at 98, I took Quinn Miners. Who are you going to take?
As much as I want to take Cam Latu, just for the Latu heads out there, I have to go with Xavier Watts. I think that honestly was this is another player I would have expected the Eagles to have interest in when he was coming out. I think it was last year, right?
Yeah.
But now you tell me, okay, like you add Xavier Watts and Malik Mustafa to that safety room, you feel really good about that group. Even if Andrew Bakuba slower coming back from injury than you expect, you feel like you have 2 starters there.
Okay. Then we go to 122. This is where you selected Mustafa. I can choose Shamari Connor and get another safety. I could take Tyrell Dodson, get a linebacker. That might be the right move. Or I could take one of the Chuba Hubbard, Ramondre Stevenson, Bucky Irving guys.
Who would you take if you had to take one of the 3 running backs?
That's a good question because they're stylistically different. Ramondre, if you want the battering ram. Bucky Irving had a great rookie season, but got injured and came back to life. Chuba Hubbard's had like spurts of being really interesting. In a replacing Will Shipley, Saquon's I guess you probably should take Bucky Irving.
That's who I had. I thought Bucky is a Will Shipley replacement as a rookie. Like you're getting him on his rookie deal. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah, I'm interested in Tyrell Dodson too.
Yeah,
because the linebacker, but I guess you've already got enough young depth there. I'll probably go Bucky Irving.
Okay, for the vibes, you could go Zach McPherson. I liked Zach McPherson, man.
So did I.
Yeah, he was a great interview. He's a good guy.
All right, 137, where I took Isaiah Likely. Where are you going to go?
I'm going to go Zach Tom. He's got starting experience with the Green Bay Packers. This is my second offensive line addition to really shore up the depth along the offensive line. I feel like he is the type of player, it's like he starts on most teams in the NFL, but he's a quality backup for the Eagles.
Yeah, that's a good pick. You were up again on 153, where I took Rick Woolen.
Yeah, this one's really tough. I wrote down Zion McCollum like as my instinct, like, okay, sign up for him on a rookie deal. You're going to get really good cornerback play from him. I might pivot based off the way the draft has gone for me. I might add Kenny Gainwell on a rookie contract. Is that crazy?
I don't think that's crazy.
I feel like you had Kenny Gainwell on a rookie contract.
Over Algier?
Yeah, I know that sounds weird, but like if you tell me it's a Will Shipley like replacement,
okay.
Kenny Gainwell is a really good back. We've talked before. I just think this is where I just have a soft spot for Kenny Gainwell, the player. I think he is like an underrated player. Maybe not now because he's hit free agency a few times. But he
also go Michael Carter. But
no, I think Kenny Gainwell he's able to do, like I think Fran said it, he's able to do a little bit of everything. He can catch a ball out of the backfield. He's really better than you would expect in short yardage situations. Mm-hmm. Like when he was the change of pace back for Miles Sanders, he was so good at like finding little crevices of space and kind of just like working his way through like in those short yardage situations. He became their like short yardage back despite being smaller. So, yeah, I feel like he's like an ideal. You have him for 4 years on a rookie contract behind, your starting running back. Yeah, I'm going to take Kenny Gainwell here.
Okay. And you also had the last pick where I took O'Keefe. Where are you going to
go? I've gone so heavy at safety. I was going to say DeMar Hamlin, but I have 2 safeties already. So, you know what? Give me baby Tebow. Give me Sam Ehlinger.
Wow.
I mean, he's an interesting quarterback at the very least.
That's so interesting. You were about to win the draft and you just lost.
Who could I have picked that would have won me the draft? Anybody else? Yeah, that's convenient.
All right,
backup quarterback.
We're going to take a break. On the other side, we're got a little Billadelphia segment for you, and we will then recap our rosters and let you vote on how badly I won.
Whether your favorite team wins or not, there's always another way to win on the BetParx online casino app. Check out brand new casino games like Huff and More Puff and Fireblaze Sky Queen, a BetParx exclusive. The only app you ever need to play all your favorite casino games in the palm of your hand. Play blackjack, roulette, craps, poker, baccarat, and hot online slots like Cash Eruption, 88 Fortunes, and Cleopatra online slots. Play hot online slots based on your favorite streaming shows, Walking Dead, Squid Game, Breaking Bad, and Peaky Blinders, and all your favorite classic casino games from wherever you are. New users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours as well. So go to betparx.com and download the app right now, and you'll enjoy the action and excitement from the casino at your fingertips. You must be 21 and in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, or Michigan for BetParx. You love to play, you play to win, you bet BetParx. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Starting something new can be terrifying. Before this show ever existed, I remember thinking, who's going to watch this? What if nobody does? But sometimes you just got to take the leap. And it definitely helps when you've got the right tools behind you. And one of the right tools is Shopify, because Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses worldwide and about 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. From major brands to people just launching their first idea, Shopify gives you everything you need to start and grow. You can build a beautiful online store with hundreds of ready-to-use templates, and Shopify's built-in AI tools can help write product descriptions, page headlines, and even improve product photos. Plus, you can run email and social campaigns, manage inventory, handle shipping and returns, and track analytics all in one place. And when you need help, their 24/7 customer support has your back. It's time to turn those what-ifs into cha-ching sales. Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/allcity.
The offensive line has to be the biggest concern for the Philadelphia Eagles as they look to get back to a Super Bowl caliber team. We got breaking news on Tuesday afternoon that our Eagles signed wide receiver Marquise Hollywood Brown to a 1-year deal. You know what? That's a solid move. With the departure of Jahan Dotson and the status of AJ Brown still a little murky, the Birds need pass-catching depth, and a 29-year-old receiver with a 1,000-yard season and 33 career TDs on his resume, that certainly qualifies. Brown can stretch the field a bit, and he can make plays in space, and he's overall a solid complement to Devontae and Dallas Goedert. But this Eagles passing game, when it has been successful in the past, has relied heavily on big plays. And in order to make big plays and stretch the field, the quarterback needs time for his receivers to get deep, not to mention a reliable running game to take advantage of play action. And that is still the biggest hole in this offense and the top question mark as free agency moves along and the draft approaches. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Billadelphia, brought to you by our friends at Toga. The Eagles have an offensive line problem. The position group that has been a major strength going back to the first Super Bowl in 2017 and a major emphasis for every iteration of this franchise going back to Andy Reid, well, that position group is light. 2/3 of the interior offensive line is seeking alternative medical care in freaking Colombia to address long-term injuries that have threatened their careers. And then you look at the other guy, Tyler Steen. Is he really still the right guard? Because he's no good. What happens when Lane Johnson is hobbled, as has been the case lately? Jordan Mailata has shown to have a very high ceiling at left tackle, but a lot of variance in his effectiveness. And behind the starting five, who do you have faith in? This is a group that needs to be addressed heavily if the championship window is going to remain open in 2026 and beyond. Fred Johnson is still out there, and he was a serviceable swing tackle last season. And beyond that, this is freaking worrisome. I absolutely trust Howie Roseman and the staff will do what they can to augment the depth at tackle and guard, but even still, how confident are we that rookies will be ready to plug and play without the services of Jeff Stoutland coaching up drafted, undrafted, and no-name blockers? For all the consternation about Hurts as a passer, Saquon's aging curve, A.J. Brown remaining on the roster, and his dedication to the organization if he does, there is no bigger concern than the offensive line heading into the 2026 season. In Howie we trust, absolutely, but at some point, you have to reshape an entire position group. Will this front office and coaching staff be up to the task in one offseason? That, the offensive line, has to be the biggest concern for the Philadelphia Eagles as they look to get back to a Super Bowl caliber team.
Billy Bats, dropping some truth. You agree with
Absolutely. I was going to say, speaking my language with this offensive line, urgency argument here. I think it's definitely one that is to be determined. Now, Howie Roseman would say they don't play a game for quite some time, but I do think it's something that they're going to have to address heavily in the draft.
Yeah, and I don't think the don't play a game for quite some time applies as much to the offensive line as much as it does to places like edge or corner, where they're not going to trade for a starting caliber guard.
Right? Yeah, but you can find those guys in the draft. In the draft, yeah.
All right, let's review our selections here. EJ's roster, his perfect Eagles draft.
Perfect.
Begins with Tyler Smith in the first round. He's got his offensive lineman to build around in the future. He brings in George Pickens to make sure that A.J. Brown demands his trade and does not show up for work. He's also got Harold Fannin Jr. as his new tight end of the future. Xavier Watts will step in next to Drew Makuba as the starting safety. Then, who'd you take here? Malik Mustafa to compete with Xavier Watts. Maybe a little bit of overkill, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's a little redundant.
That's okay. The more the merrier. Zach Tom as your new jack of all trades backup offensive lineman. Kenny Gainwell to make Nick Sirianni happy. The coup de grace, Puka Nacua late in the fifth round, and then closing with Sam Ehlinger to make sure that he does not win the game. Pretty good group. You've added 2 superstars, and you've addressed some needs. Now, what would you have liked to have been able to do that you weren't?
I probably could have added edge rusher depth over a 4th receiver, but I feel really good about my receiving core, and I really wanted to, we didn't want to go off of our board. We wanted to stick with the best players available and really focus on value in this draft. So we weren't going to force it, even though it's a position of need. It's a lot of time before we have to play our first football game. We'll be active on the trade market, on the waiver wire. We will address that position later, but we wanted to stay true to the board. Our scouts work really hard on that board. You have to stay true to it.
That's exactly right.
It's a man who's been to a lot of press conferences.
Listen, I do also think that while you didn't fill edge, and I did, and I prioritized it, it is probably the one spot where you can sort of rest assured that you're going to have more options as the season goes on.
Yeah. Like relief pitchers, as I've said. What do you think of that analogy? Give it a grade on a scale of 1 to 10.
7.
Oh, your face was so 4, and then you said 7.
It's fine.
Thank you. I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Pat myself on the back.
The only thing where it doesn't work is the way that I think about relief pitchers is like you don't want to pay for the guy who had a good season.
Yeah.
It can often regress so quickly. Like
sure.
You want to spread your bets. Whereas I think on the edge, you want
you're more
consistent
pay
performance for good play.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I do
But
just
it's a good mercenary.
yeah,
spot.
it just feels more and more like that because it's weird because 5 years ago we would have said like edge rusher is one of the most premium positions in the league. I still think you would, but like compared to wide receiver, you probably would have felt edge rusher is like clearly more important than having a good receiving core. I feel like they're a little bit closer because it's easier to find quality edge rushers, like around the trade deadline, kind of in unconventional times. It's hard to add like a great receiver at the deadline, I feel like.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
All right, and then the winning roster begins with Christian Darrisaw as the Lane Johnson replacement in the first round. Tuli Tuipulotu to add to the edge group. Who did I draft in the third round?
I'll tell you.
I drafted Davis Mills as my backup quarterback.
I was about to say it's way off the board here, yeah.
The reason I win is because of the neck length of Davis Mills. Quinn Miners, arguably the best single player drafted in this entire draft.
That was a good pick.
Team. Bucky Irving, Isaiah Likely, Reek Woolen. I got 2 Reeks on the team. Talanoa Hufanga and Ko Kieft. I have solved tight end long term. I have solved the offensive line long term. I have added an edge who's going to turn us into a really deep group. And I have filled the safety position in Talanoa Hufanga. Got a luxury running back in Bucky Irving. And we can trade Tanner McKee because we have a cheap backup in Davis Mills. Perfect.
I'm going to be honest with you. You had a sensible draft. Like you plugged the holes. But my draft moves the needle a lot more. My draft is like, oh man, that team is, loading up for a championship run. And your draft is kind of like, it's a little, it didn't wow me.
Oh my God. Listen, both of these are the best drafts of all time that have ever been put together. But I mean, listen, the puka of it all is a big factor in your favor.
Yeah.
Too bad you ruined it with Ellinger.
No, there's nothing wrong with taking Sam Ellinger in the 7th round.
How many points would EJ have lost by if he didn't draft Sam Ellinger?
Who would you have had me draft?
Quentin Lake, Bo Limmer. I don't know.
Yeah, you're thinking small. This is why your draft turned out the way it did.
Oh, please.
By the way, guys, and I will ridicule you. We had like 200 likes on the video yesterday to get me to stop doing the accent. And we're at 65 now. We know what you're capable of now.
Yeah.
There's no more excuses.
500 for yesterday's episode.
There's no more excuses. I'm usually the one that comes to your defense. Not anymore. We need to do better as a group. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
If you're here, hit the button.
Yeah.
What else are you doing? I know you got one hand free.
I really wish you hadn't said that.
All right, we're going to take our last break. On the other side, find out what in the world we're going to talk about. Ooh, it's bracket week. It's all starting on Thursday. And you know what that means. 64 teams, 63 games, 63 chances for you to win. Because winning is everything at Bet365. And thanks to Bet365's early payout offers, leaving early has never been safer. If your team is up by 10 at any point in the game, Bet365 will pay out your bet right there on the spot. It is that simple because at Bet365, they know that the city with America's best fans also has America's worst traffic. Bet365, where winning is everything. Download the app today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Please gamble responsibly. Must be present in Pennsylvania. $10 minimum deposit required. Bonus bet wager excluded from returns. New customers only. 21 and older. Time limits, minimum odds, and terms and conditions apply. In-app only. Void where prohibited. Bet365, where winning is everything. We're thinking about the great Irish boxers of all time. John Duddy, Jack Dempsey, even Irish Mickey Ward. Now, none of them are going to be at the Team Boxing League, but I bet you're going to find some great pugilists there. And you can root for the Philly Smoke on March 20th at the Fillmore. It's a rematch of last year's championship against the New York City Attitude. And if you don't know about Team Boxing League, it's great. It's not your typical boxing event. Fast, high energy, and built for fans. It's team versus team, non-stop action, and the crowd is right on top of it. You think big fight atmosphere, but with a Philly edge. The kind of night where every punch gets the room going. So, use promo code PHLY when you check out to score your tickets and get in on the action. March 20th at the Fillmore. Come out and support the Philly Smoke as they take on the New York City Attitude. Get your tickets at teamboxingleague.com and use code PHLY. Who was that guy?
I don't know who that guy is.
Back in the PHLY Eagles
Ultimate
podcast.
performer.
Wulf and EJ Smith. Here we are.
You're getting cooked in the poll.
Yeah. The good news
Shout
is,
out to all the people who voted. I appreciate you.
doesn't matter what they think.
It does matter what they think.
Matters to you.
Matters to everyone here.
Doesn't matter to me.
And if you had won, you would have said, see, they're right.
Sometimes they see things clearly and sometimes they don't.
I appreciate that I reigned victorious.
No, please.
Let's hope I can keep that energy going in Flu World Order.
Well, you are ahead in Flu World Order.
No early victory laps. Absolutely not.
A minor piece of Eagles draft news.
Yeah. So the Eagles have started having their top 30 visits, and Penn State interior offensive lineman Venga Ioane is one of the early visitors. I had to text Fran to make sure I got that pronunciation right. Venga Ioane. So I can tell you a little bit about him.
Tablaki.
Courtesy
We like Tablaki.
Courtesy of Fran's draft guide. You guys should all become diehards so that you can get access to Fran's draft guide. Because
are there tickets left available for the event? Maybe like one or two?
Why did you ask Lindsay?
I don't know.
Lindsay's not in charge of enough around here.
They would communicate to Lindsay potentially that we don't have to put up the graphic anymore. But you guys should know, Fran's film session plus a meet and greet with Connor Barwin, April 8th, 6 o'clock. You're going to get to watch Fran do guys, talk to Connor Barwin. This is the way to get ready for the draft. I mean, if you're in the Philadelphia area, don't be a moron. Make it happen. You got to be a diehard.
Don't attack him on that. We can attack him on the like thing because
I will attack him on whatever I want to attack him on.
I stand in between you and the audience. You can't berate the audience.
Okay,
they're good. They're good to us. Appreciate them. So let's go through some of Fran's notes on Venga Ioane.
Okay,
2-year starter at left guard for Penn State. That's good. You're in on this one. Stout, powerful blocker.
There's a lot of stuff to work with here.
Who can maintain the integrity of the pocket with a strong anchor versus bull rushes while also generating his own movement at the point of attack. Bottom line with Ioane, he says he can play guard. He can play any of the 3 interior spots, so I think he's a more natural guard than center. Fits best on a team that wants vertical displacement, but I think he's pretty scheme diverse. How are we feeling about this one? He's the number 21 player on Fran's big board.
Yeah, my blush reaction is I do not want to use a first-round pick on a guard-only player, especially 23 overall.
Yeah. How old is
that? Is my gut reaction without having studied the player, trusting that obviously Fran knows what he's talking about. This guy can be an elite player. I would hope to have someone who could potentially play tackle down the line if I'm using a first round pick on him.
I think that's fair. One thing that stood out to me with the Eagles' evaluation of him is they're gonna love that he did not play football until high school.
Are they though? I mean, the Stout's not here anymore.
Yeah, but I think he's got experience as a starter at Penn State.
We'll probably like that.
But that theoretical upside of his best football's ahead of him. I know also, the Eagles love that.
Should go without saying. If you draft him in the first round, he's starting week 1.
Yeah, over Tyler Steen.
Yeah,
you probably feel like so much better about your room if you got Tyler Steen as a backup. Tyler Steen won't love it.
Yeah,
and he didn't do anything egregiously bad to lose the job. It's just, if you're drafting an offensive lineman in the first round, he's probably starting over Tyler Steen. At least they'll compete.
How do you feel about it?
I'm with you. I think if you're drafting an offensive lineman in the first round, you're probably targeting a Lane Johnson successor that has the versatility to play interior line, but can bump out, or just a swing tackle at that spot. But I don't know. I think Venga Ioane, at least just looking through his profile, he's an interesting player.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get this on the record now. It's March 18th at 2:55. I think that the draft is going to fall in a way that is very favorable to the Eagles once again. I think that there's either going to be a Caden Proctor type, whoever settles in is like the best among that group of tackles.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you that they're available at 23. I don't know what's going to happen with Quinyon Sadiq. I'm sort of inclined to think that Fran's evaluation is, I think the rest of the mock draft world will catch up to it. I bet you Sadiq is like one of those players. Who was it last year? The edge rusher from Georgia. The one that went to the 49ers. What's his name?
Michael Williams?
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be like a Michael Williams situation with Quinyon Sadiq where like a week before the draft. Yeah. A week before the draft, it's like, Quinyon Sadiq ain't making it out of the top 15. I can't believe anybody would have expected as much. So I don't think it's going to be Sadiq, but I do think that the offensive line, that group of offensive linemen, I think it will fall favorably for the Eagles.
Do you think that if Howie calls Venga on draft night and the Eagles have drafted him, he says, "Hey, Venga, Howie Roseman, GM of the Eagles. Do you want to be an Eagle?"
No. If it were you, if you were the GM of the Eagles, absolutely that would happen. I don't think Howie is as big on the name puns as
Do you think I would push him up the board just for the sake of making that joke?
No, because you
You're
like
right.
being right more than you like name puns.
You know what? You're right. Good thing I'm right all the time.
In your eyes, you're always right. Did you see this thing Lane Johnson said? I think he said it on one or two podcasts. I think one with Ryan Fitzpatrick. That he expects Jeff Stoutland to remain with the Eagles in some capacity next season.
Well, that's what the Eagles have said
when
it initially happened. I mean, I think you can tell us that maybe the vibe you're getting after the fact is that might not be the case.
Yeah, I would say at this moment, it would surprise me if he was around the building with any regularity. That would surprise me if he was around. Now, Lane Johnson,
I will not be surprised if he shows up at training camp.
Sure, yes,
but like,
I'm saying regularity.
Yeah,
I don't think that it's like, oh, Stoutland's still going to be pulling the strings, developing players behind the scenes for the Eagles. I
agree
would
with
be surprised. Yeah.
Now we should also say we waxed poetic about Darius Slay when he announced his retirement.
Oh,
Boston Scott announcing his retirement. One of the early Bo Wulf crushes pre-camp. Boy, was I right about Bosco. Good news for the Giants. Maybe this is the most impactful thing that John Harbaugh could do this offseason.
I loved Boston Scott. He was a great player to cover. Fun player to watch. Absolutely fun player to watch.
Boston Scott.
I feel like he, I always talk about Reno Mahe being like my childhood memory running back for the Eagles. I feel like there are a lot of kids out there who have a lot of appreciation for Boston Scott. Like being like such a memorable force out there, especially against the Giant Slayer. He gave me one of my favorite quotes. It was a story I wrote the year that Jason Kelce retired, and it was going into that playoff game against the Bucs where there was like some uncertainty about it. And I asked a bunch of guys, what are your favorite memories about Jason Kelce? And do you remember in Jason Kelce's Super Bowl speech, he was talking about the adversity that all the different players had to face? Mm-hmm. And he talked about like Isaac Seumalo's clubfoot, and I can't remember some of the other ones, but he mentioned that Boston Scott ain't much more than 5'5", and like everyone starts laughing. It's this big emotional speech, but like Boston Scott kind of became like the punchline. Mm-hmm. I remember talking to him about that, and he said, I caught a crazy stray. The crazy part about that, he said, is everyone's listening, everyone is locked in, and he's like, Boston is 5'5", and at that moment, I'm like, you're damn right, he's 5'5". Like, he's like all fired. He's like, you're so right, I am 5'5". Yeah. He's like, I was so invested in the conversation, but later, I was like, dang. So, fun memories with Boston Scott.
That's great.
Yeah.
Love Boston Scott.
Good guy. Just like
professional Rocket League player.
I would always tell people, like, he might be like short. Darren Sproles is like this too. He's not small. Like,
yes.
If you're that height in the NFL, like, you have to be like built like a bowling ball, and he absolutely was.
Amen.
Yeah.
For more on Boston Scott and whether or not he's Scott Boston, stay tuned for Bovertime. Fran is offended by your Boston Scott Mahe.
What is offensive about it? Just that they're like a memorable running back because they're built.
Running backs are the same, EJ.
Yeah, they're not a monolith. I just was saying that like they're a distinct running back. They look different than most running backs. I wasn't saying like the impact level. Yeah.
Just about a fun running style.
Yeah, like kids, you know what, Fran? Like kids don't care
about
Fran? Like how many yards they ran for, or like what type of player profile. Does he look cool or not? Is it cool when he's out there or not? And that's why Boston Scott and Reno Mahe have some synergy. No, I'm not going there.
Boston Scott was RB maxed. I don't know.
I hate the maxing stuff. I just my millennial mind can't wrap. I cannot wrap my millennial mind around that. It's too weird.
Sorry,
it's not weird. I shouldn't say it's weird. I just don't understand it.
You're confused, maxed.
I am confused, Max.
I don't know.
I feel like nobody likes this because the kids won't like us. I said in front of my class yesterday.
Yeah, hopefully we can.
I said cringy. And I was like, cringy's not a thing anymore. It's just cringe. Like, they probably thought it was cringe that I said cringy. You know, words evolve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Lindsay, who won the day? Who's atop your power rankings for the day?
Atop my rankings today is Bo.
Oh, yes.
Was it something I did, or was it just something he did?
It was more something you did.
What did I do?
You were late to the meeting. That's literally the only thing I could think of that happened today.
Which meeting are you referring to? The one that we had in here?
The one that you were late to.
Were you late to the other meeting? You were first in the other meeting.
Yeah, all right. That's fine.
Literally only because that's the only thing that I could think that happened today.
That's fine.
He's still looking for his first W.
Yeah, it's all good. I thought this was gonna be like a running joke. Like you're just gonna say I'm late to every meeting. You know, there's this like skit on Instagram about like how the guy who has a long commute expects everyone to react about his long commute. But I have a long commute. Like I have to be in. It takes me an hour to get here. Yeah. Sometimes you get in the car and the ETA is not what you wanted the ETA to be. You know, the ETA is an ETAing, as the kids would say.
Yeah,
I do the best I can.
You're traffic maxing.
No, I am. Yes. Well, today I was. I do the best I can.
Lindsay, that's so funny. What a great way to end the show.
Sorry, EJ.
Just trying to find that W. You got to stay on. Just got to get on the board.
That's right.
See one go in.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Back tomorrow. Maybe with Fran. Not sure yet. We'll keep on rolling on. Let us know what those game recommendations you got. And hit the like button. You freeloaders. For EJ and Lindsay and Fran, I'm Bo. Thank you for watching and listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And as always, we love you.
We all silly like the mayor.